Stamping with Loretta. I'm glad you stopped by. I'd like to show you a tutorial on how to do the desk caddies that I've been making. I want to say a really special thanks to Roxy Fur from Your Paper Pantry. She took my altered acrylic photo frame small idea and she did think outside of the box. Some of the elements of the project I'm doing today are drawn from her inspiration, so I really appreciate it, Roxy. You've really helped me get my mojo on, and I went jiggy with the dollar bins at Michael's myself. I don't know if that was good or bad, but it's what it is. Still pictures will follow. Okay guys, so here we go. Here's the one that I just finished today. Move the camera a little bit up. There we go. Like I said, still pictures will follow. Now let me show you the back. I wish you could see it. There's a lot of texture in this project. It's definitely a touchable, fun thing to look at and to do. As far as to make it's fun. A little note pen, a flower, and then this year's calendar on the inside pages. So let's gather up some materials and get started. Okay, I've gathered up a couple things. Now would be a good time for you to go get to, if you're following along or if you want to write down things for later. I'll try to write down step-by-step instructions and put them on my blog, so make sure you visit the blog as well as the YouTube station for more detailed information. This paper is from cady & Company. It was on sale. I bought it a while back. If I remember, I will try to get the name of the paper pack and put it down below. Okay, first we're going to cut our paper for the photo frame. I'm going to remind you that the plastic photo frame looks like this. This one measures 8 by 10. Okay, now that measurement's a little deceptive because we're actually going to cut our pattern paper to 8 1/8 by 10. Because of that little lip, it's actually a tiny little bit longer. So we're going to cut that real quick. I'm going to cut it both from cardstock as well as pattern paper. So that's this one. And second one. 8 1/8 by 10 inches. If anybody just saw what I did, that was funny. I cut it the wrong way. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, now I actually cut it the correct direction, and this one also measures, like I said, 8 1/8 by 10 inches. Okay, so now all you're going to want to do is marry these two pieces of paper together. I'm going to do that and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I married these two pieces of paper together. All I did was just use my regular mono adhesive. You can use something stronger if you really feel it's necessary, but from my personal experience you'll find that it's not. So we're going to move on to the next step, and we're going to actually put it inside of our acrylic photo frame. As you can tell, this should sit like this, up. Okay, and all we've done is we've turned it down so that we can actually use it as a desk set and put some weight on it so we can use it as a writing surface or whatever we need to use it for. So I'm going to use some Eileen's Platinum Bond 7800. As you can see, I have left the really long tiny nozzle on it. It does make it a little bit more difficult to work with it this way, but you won't regret the decision to use this. And you just need a little bead of glue on the top. Now if you don't want this to be permanent and you want the person that's going to be receiving it to be able to change it out, don't do this step. It actually just kind of acts to help stabilize the piece for a better finished product. So we're going to just hopefully slide this in and we'll be back. Okay, as you can see, I've already put the pattern paper into the photo frame. Now, to finish off the back, there's a couple of ways to do it, and we're going to cheat like heck. This is the easiest way to do it. You don't have to remember any measurements. All you have to do is a little tracing. So the first thing you're going to want to do is choose the side of paper that you want to show. In this case, I want the reverse side of the pattern paper to show. And I'm just going to put a couple little tacks of glue down, just to hold it in place for, you know, whatever time we need it. And we're going to, this piece measures 2 3/4 by 12. You do want to be fussy when you, even though it's just tacked temporarily in place with this part. And we're just going to use our scissors right up against the edge and cut it out. I'm going to finish that up, sponge the edges, and we'll be back. Okay, now I have the paper in the back, and that's the front. So now we're going to start on the actual pieces that we're going to put on front. Now, like I said, because of Roxy, not because of her, she just helped my own addiction. I did visit the dollar bins at my local Michael's, and decided to follow her lead. This is so much fun. Okay, now these have some really pretty patterns, and if you're in the mood to mix and match, you just go right ahead. I am not in the mood to mix and match, so I'm actually going to just rip this notepad right out. Now you could also just use a post-it pad for this part. There's no reason that you shouldn't. Personal preference at this point, I assure you. So I've grabbed my my tape, and I've got my scissors right here. Getting glue dripped on them. Oh well. And we're just going to put a little sticky strip, red liner tape, whatever you want to call it, onto this piece of paper so that we can cover it. And attach it to our project. So I'm going to go ahead and cover this, and we'll be back in just a minute. Okay guys, I'm going to try to explain why there are parts missing real quick. I thought I was actually not recording when I was recording, so a couple of things are not going to be shown in this video. The first thing you're not going to see is me covering this notepad. Just like the smaller notepad, you just measure it, wrap it around so that it fits, and tape it in place with your red liner tape. I used some pretty ribbon up top on this one. I did decide to use a post-it note on this project as well as the regular pattern paper. You saw me cover this before. This is the opposite side of this pattern paper. I've already put some sticky strip on that, and I'm going to attach it. But before I attach it, I want to do something kind of fun with the pen. So what we're going to do is I'm going to grab some lace or trim, and we're going to attach the pen. I've cut a small piece of lilac ribbon. I've got red liner tape on one end here and one end there. What we're going to do is we're going to take this off of both ends and just expose that adhesive. You know, if I weren't on camera, this would be like easy breezy, but of course since I am on camera, it's going to take me forever. We're just going to take that off, like I said, on both ends. We're going to take our pen, and we're just going to wrap it around so it's tight but not too tight. Take this, so one end is now longer than the other, and we're going to match these up, kinda, okay, just like that. So that's what it looks like right now, and we're going to push it right up underneath here. All you have to do is just lift your book up slightly. This is another good reason to wait on this point until the very end to get this part done. Now we're going to put down the notepad. So I'm going to move that pen out of the way just long enough to put the notepad into place, and we're going to push that down. Okay, so So there you have it for right now. I'm going to do some more decorating, and I will show you that in just a second. Alright, I have some leftover bling, this self-adhesive bling from another project, actually the one I showed you earlier. And we're going to use this to continue to decorate our beautiful desk caddy. I think no matter how careful you are with this stuff, it sticks to everything except for what you want it to stick to. So just peel off what you like, as much or as little. You can also cut this apart and do it however you want. It's very fun to do that actually, because you can pick the swirls and the designs and stuff that you want and custom make it, so to speak. I'm just clipping some of the little bling has pieces of adhesive that go from one part of it to the other, and that just kind of got in the way for a second there, so I'm going to get that down, and this is what it looks like so far. I'm going to go cut some flowers and get that ready to go. Cut out the same pattern paper. I have gone ahead and attached those here to this project. They are still wet, folks, so you will see them moving and even unrolling just a little bit there. So now we're going to add some more roses. Over here where my glue's been leaking, I'm just going to wipe it up with these little flowers and continue to embellish my project. If you want instant results, you can use hot glue for this part, but I will tell you that heat and humidity, even cold, will affect the glue and it will come off sooner or later, so you might as well just use the good stuff, or use hot glue as a, a fixative, a little tacky substance, if you will, to just get things in place until the glue dries. These are I Am Roses flowers. I do need to purchase some more, but right now my finances are not going to allow that, so just kind of gather those up like that. And just if you think it's too plain or it's kind of boring, just add a few more flowers. You can also use lace and trims and glitter glue, whatever you like and whatever you have on hand. So. And as you can see in this project, just like in a lot of my others, I do like to work in odd numbers. But I like to have it balanced, so if I'm going to do something on one side, I'm going to do it to the other. And just keep that flow and that balance going. So, a few more flowers. Then we're going to turn around and we're going to turn this around, I should say, and we're going to finish the back. Take your time with this, ladies. So far, with the video going off and on, I've been working on this for 3.5 hours. But there have been constant interruptions from the telephone and the puppies. That's just life, I guess. So just keep tucking that in until you like it. Okay, now we're going to turn it around and we're going to work on the back. I'm going to use some more of this lace. As you can see, it was around something that was orange, but I'm going to cut that little piece off. I'm sure I can find something else to use it for later on. Roughly measure the back and cut that. Get that out of my way. And I'm going to lay a bead of adhesive right here. This is definitely a project you don't have to be real adhesive happy on, because it is very, very forgiving. You can let your imagination flow. You can add as much or as little embellishments as you'd like. I should say as many or few embellishments as you like. Be technically correct. Okay. I'm really liking how this is coming out. This is how the rose looks when it's been die cut. You decide which side you want out and in, and you just start rolling it in on itself. You don't have to be picky. I know some of you are. If you like the more weathered look, spray this with a little water or your glimmer mist or whatever you have, and just go for it. And the idea here is just to keep rolling until you run out of material, or paper in this case. So now that I've got it to this point, I'm going to put some adhesive on the bottom. And I'm going to let it go. It's going to kind of unspin on its own. Just like that. So now I'm going to add this. I'm going to actually add it over here. Like I said, telephone. My tan man is getting ready to come home from the pool. I hope you had a good time. It's really hot out, so it's actually really good weather to be at the pool, I guess. Well, let's get some more of my little flowers here and add them around. I will show you some still pictures of all the projects that I've done today at the end of this video. If you have one that's unraveling a little too much, once you have the glue on it, just hold it in place for a few seconds. And you can kind of tell by the feel of it that it's setting. And I'm gonna have to fiddle with that one, so that's okay. It'll still look really pretty when we're done. I have little flowers that are just rolling everywhere on my desk. Okay, I'm going to finish blinging this up, and like I said, I'll show you some still pictures. And there you have it. There it is, finished. It's absolutely beautiful. I hope you'll give this a try. Stay happy. Be a blessing. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for joining me today. Take care. Bye.